Hello guys, I'm back with another video. I hope you guys will enjoy these stories. Story 1. I don't think he wants to be with me but I'm pregnant. Story 2. My GF's old dog needs surgery and she wants me to help her after I told her this would happen. Story 3. How do I talk to my nieces, 13F and 10F, about why they shouldn't be posting sexual content online and how it's dangerous? Story 4. My ex-girlfriend, now my best friend, cried when I asked another girl out. Story 5. This is very long but I'm upset. He told me after 6 years wasted that he never really wanted to be with me, just wanted to have a big family. Please don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments section. Story 1. I don't think he wants to be with me but I'm pregnant. I fell pregnant accidentally early on in a new relationship, but as the pregnancy has gone on my boyfriend is more and more distant. I'm due in 7 weeks. Although he's bought everything for the baby, something is definitely not right between us. I've told him he doesn't need to be with me because I'm pregnant, and he doesn't really say much but he rarely wants to see me and acts distant. I feel like I force him to spend time with me. We spent the day together at the beach, and soon as we arrived back home he said he was going out with friends. He's never horrible to me but I feel like he only sees me because I'm pregnant, and he feels obligated to do so. He spends more time with his friends than me but all he says is that he's just enjoying his time before the baby comes, but I think it's an excuse. I feel like I irritate him when I'm around. Maybe he is just living a life before the baby comes. But even before I found out I was pregnant he seemed a little distant but you brushed things off. I'm hoping baby coming will improve because I get the impression he doesn't want to be with me in the little time he does spend with me. It seems too much time, like he doesn't spend a full day and night with me. If he's with me during the day he doesn't see me on a night, vice versa. At the very start I more or less lived with him, and now I'm spend more time at my parents' house than with him. He's 32 and I'm 22. Story 2. My GF's old dog needs surgery and she wants me to help her after I told her this would happen. I am beyond upset with this and am currently very unhappy. Last year my GF adopted a toy poodle from the shelter, and it became the love of her life. I also like the dog, and am in no way showing resentment, but when my GF got the dog, it was already 8. It was also returned due to health issues. I mean, those are 2 pretty big red flags for me, and I told her not to adopt the dog because it would have a lot of health complications. But my GF was enchanted by it and could not give it up. She adopted him and for the first year it was fine. Now the dog has a second round of cancer. The vet and I had a chat and it seems with some chemo and extraction of the tumor the dog would live a healthy life. Great. Except the whole thing will cost 3K 5K depending on the period for chemo. GF doesn't have the money and wants me to chip in. I feel this was a massive I told you so moment, but her dog is her life, and if I don't help her, she has some financial problems, so it's gonna be a gift. I'm essentially screwed. What would you guys do? Story 3. How do I talk to my nieces, 13F and 10F, about why they shouldn't be posting sexual content online and how it's dangerous? Over the past 4 or so months my nieces have been posting increasingly sexual content on their TikTok accounts. Originally it was just dances in short shorts and crop tops, with 13F niece wearing corsets as well because that's what she's really into at the moment. Recently though it's transitioned into things like taking a shower in only a white t-shirt and underwear, eating popsicles while songs about blowjobs and sex play, taking their shirts off and being in their bras while dancing, etc. They're getting comments from older men and women as well, and while we husband and I keep reporting their accounts, and they get disabled, the kids just keep making new ones. 13F is also sneaking out late at night now, and being picked up by the cops for trespassing, and the cops being concerned that there's a child on the streets at 3 a.m. And 10F is startling about her whereabouts to her parents. Multiple family members have brought this up to the parents, but mom's attitude is they won't listen to me, and dad is honestly such a useless parent. He doesn't even do the bare minimum of taking care of the kids most of the time. I know mom is exhausted because she's working 40+ hours while also essentially being a single mom to 4 kids that all have extreme psychological needs while dealing with her own mental health issues. And she doesn't take any criticism of her parenting well at all. I'm really concerned about my nieces being groomed and sexually abused, especially because I went through that when I was their age. I feel like they're more likely to listen to me than mom because I'm their favorite aunt, and in the past when I've talked to them about stuff they're doing, they take it fairly well. My main issue is, how do I talk to them about this while making sure to not blame them, and explain that exploring your sensuality and sexuality is okay, But not in this way, especially with how young they are. It's not their fault that there are many sexual predators out there, but I want them to be safer. I want to bring up my own experiences of sexual abuse so they can understand the ramifications it has in later life. But how do I do that without going into details and potentially traumatizing them? Story 4. My ex-girlfriend, now best friend, cried when I asked another girl out. I am a 17-year-old, straight white male, and I broke up about a month ago with my first normal girlfriend, pansexual white female, which I had a relationship with for a year and 10 months. She couldn't do things she wanted with me, going out late, sleeping in the wild, and some other stuff, and handling my pressure and the pressure of my mother. She is a pretty stressful individual, so we decided to split up for now and get back together later. We decided to still be best friends since we had a great relationship. From that time until now, she has kissed and made out with one of her friends. She did a blowjob to a guy she met at a party and had sex a couple of times with a tourist she met on a hotel. I was struggling to meet other girls, and the best I did was asking a common friend to go out with me. My ex knew that and even supported me, but I took it back once I learned she had a crush on someone else. I was asking my ex for advice on how to ask a girl out from my private lessons. My ex, after giving me advice, said that she was crying. I asked her why and apologized, thinking it hurt that I was asking advice from her. She, however, was upset with me wanting another relationship. She knows that I am socially awkward and that I am not the type that would go around having one-night stands. She thought that we weren't having any relationships for now. To her credit, she says that she doesn't want to have a relationship with anyone else, but what she wants doesn't have to do with me. The problem is that I am pissed because I listened and supported her, but she is hurt from me wanting to move on. I can't blame her for who she feels, but I am pissed about how she feels. Story 5. This is very long, but I'm upset. He told me after 6 years wasted that he never really wanted to be with me, just wanted to have a big family. When we first met, he was the nicest guy I'd ever come across. I was homeless, had nothing but a backpack, yet he loved me and told me every day that I would be his wife. I believed him. He was so kind, super romantic, took me on dates, and even got me a wedding band that he said would one day be a diamond. I stayed with him, keeping up with the home while he worked, and quit numerous jobs. I did the best I could without a job. I didn't even have a valid ID when we got together. I still don't have my license, even though he claimed he'd help me get back on my own 2 feet. I cleaned, cooked, took care of his dogs, which was not easy. I've taken care of 19 dogs since being with him. Currently we have 3 out-of-control dogs. And I even gave birth to our son. That's when things really went downhill. I feel like I went through my entire pregnancy by myself. No care, no love. I had to schedule back rubs, and most of the time he went first, so I only got a short massage. After giving birth, I struggled with bleeding for 4 months, all while desperately attempting to breastfeed our son. He always told me to try harder. It's not hard to feed a baby. Finally got our son on formula, but it was still very stressful because we had a bunch of dogs in our house. Our son literally started crawling late because he never got floor time. Our house was absolutely disgusting until I convinced him to put the dogs outside. Now they're really neglected. I feed them and give water to them, but that's it. I don't have any more time to do anything when caring for our son. My husband doesn't do anything except go to work. I keep up with cooking and cleaning everything. I entertain him sexually as much as I can tolerate, even though I'm never pleasured. He doesn't compliment me, doesn't appreciate anything I do anymore. I finally ask him what his problem is and why he isn't nice to me. That's when he finally tells me he just wants a big family. He wants me to shut up and have kids. He told me I need to leave if I'm not happy. Well, I don't feel comfortable leaving my son with him. I don't have a job, haven't worked ever. Probably can't get a job now because my back and knees are so bad. I don't have my social or birth certificate to get help. I don't know what I can do to help myself. I have a referral for therapy, but I doubt it will help me. I need real advice from people. I have no one. No family, no friends. He knows this, and it's how he keeps me here. He can keep his kid at this point. I resent having my son anyways. That child wasn't born from love. I was used. I need to get away from this. If not, I might just kill myself. I've reached out to shelters and other orgs, but they all tell me the same thing. Is he hitting you? Nope, they can't help me. I'm not being abused, apparently I'm just depressed. Tried for disability. Nothing is wrong with me. Doctor just says I'm under stress. Got that right.